everyone. I wanted to touch base with you about this week's expectations. I did change one thing on the outline. So if you go into the outline and you take a look at it, I had made a mistake on the dates. I had missed a week at the end of the semester, which all it did is I spread the assignments out just between 2 weeks at the end rather than uh, 6 weeks. There's 7 weeks. So I just um, cut and paste some of the assignments, put these final assignments there, and left some of the assignments in this week. So if you look at it now, it's updated. So if anyone printed it, you'll need to reprint it. The other thing I had forgotten to do is kind of a big thing is your journals. You do have to write a journal every week, and I completely forgot to tell you about this. Um, so there's some with journals it's hard, so let me explain what they are. So here's the outline. Let me show you first of all where to turn them in, and then sorry, I was looking at this with another student. So here's the journal link. So in order to do a journal, I didn't make any due into this week. There's one due for next Tuesday. That gives you a whole week to do them. So I didn't want to blame you for, sorry, my cat was twitching, scared me. So you click onto journal one, and that's where you would turn it in. Now, when you write a journal is kind of just a way for you to communicate with you. So I know all of you have very different configurations on how you're doing this, but really it's just a time to touch base with me. So for like the one that is due this week, you can say, all right, so this is how I got started doing it. These are the kind of the questions that I have. This is what really went well. This is what's not working. This is what's going on in my life that's kind of scaring me. And this is what's going on in my life that's fantastic. It is literally a journal for you to talk to me about what's going on in your life. It can be personal, it can be professional. It should include something about working with children, even if it's like Bomi's situation where she's working with just her son, or Lauren, who's been sick, can tell me about being sick. Um, it's just a communication of how you're doing. How are you doing right now? So that I know. There isn't any kind of expectation about how long it is. Um, when you go back into school, the regular school year next fall, it might be different. The expectations might be more. In fact, I'll guarantee you they're going to be more. But for the summer, because I'm not going to see you except for every other week unless you want to meet, I need to have you communicating with me so I know what's going on with you, so that if there's a situation where you're struggling with one of your children and you ask for ideas in your journal, how do I handle the situation? This is what happened. I didn't feel very good about it. How could I have handled it differently? Not that I have all the answers, but at least I can help you. Or you could ask me, or you could say, hey, we watched this video this week about conscious discipline. I tried it, it went great. I'm so excited. This is, blah, blah. Anyways, so it's your letter to me. It should be a page, double spaced, but some weeks it might be shorter than others, and that's okay. Okay. So the first one is due next Monday. Okay, so next Monday, just sit down and write me a letter. I put up 2 discussion boards for this week. There's one of them that talks about COVID. To me, it's just really interesting. Some of the articles that have come out and talking to children about COVID. It can be scary for kids. They're wondering what's going on in their world, and we as adults need to support them. So this article is talking about that. This refers to bibliotherapy. If you don't know anything about bibliotherapy, all it is using a book to talk about situations that are difficult to explain to children. So a very common one is death. So if somebody dies and they have a book about a tree that goes through the cycle of life, that would be an appropriate way to talk to children. I mean, it could be an appropriate way to talk to children about death. You don't need to find a book about death because hopefully it won't affect the children. But I ask you to find a book that might help children navigate their feelings towards COVID. It doesn't have to be about COVID. It can be about fear, it can be about sickness, it can be about anything. And you need to share that book with your peers. Okay, so there's a whole discussion board on that. The other discussion board, I'm trying to figure out an assignment to do for your guidance. There's one competency I haven't put an assignment with, um, and I'm trying to figure out how to write one. And so, but what I did to try to see if this would work for it, and I have to talk to the people that teach guiding, but I put a Becky Bailey strategy in here. It's a video, so I'm going to try to balance the video discussion boards with the reading so that you don't have two that are two articles. It's article and a video. In this video, it shows Becky Bailey acting like a child in do I even have the link in here? Oh my goodness, I didn't put it in. Anyways, I will put the link in here. Oh no, I know where it is. It says it's over here in discussion board video. So this is where the video is. But it shows Becky Bailey acting like a child and then somebody else acting like the adult, and they act out a way of that people, parents, caregivers respond to children when they're stressed. And I actually figured out that after watching the video that I probably am not where I want to be. I tend to be the hero and try to save the day. And according to Becky Bailey, you want to be a coach. So watch that video and then follow the instructions on that discussion board. I'll be interested to see what everyone's thoughts are and when you try the strategy, how that works for you. So I hope everyone's doing well. I think we are up and running. If there's any questions or anything else that I forgot, let me know. I am happy again to meet with you anytime if there's anything I can do to help. Let me know. Okay, I'll talk to you soon.